Hello, Libra. Welcome to Tarot Talk. I'm Tommy, and I'll be hosting your weekly reading today. Now, we're going to dive right in here with a super quick overview, but please do stick around for the in-depth reading after that. All right, 7 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and 8 of Swords. Okay, Libra, what's going on here? It looks first and foremost like you're in a defense position lately. You're having to defend yourself, perhaps even against some allegations, some unfair allegations that are being made about you. This card shows this figure here. He's standing with his feet firmly planted in the ground, kind of wand in hand here to ward off these other wands that are charging towards him and trying to strike him. So definitely you're fighting off some accusations there. Now, with the 8 of Cups here, you can see the 8 cups out here up front, but you see this figure walking away and walking under the full moon. Typically, this is a sign of leaving something behind. So it may be that in this situation here with the 7 of Wands, that it has burned you badly enough that you're saying, I'm leaving this situation behind. I'm not going to continue to sit here and defend myself. All right. But the 8 of Swords here shows that perhaps you're not sure how to move forward. You have the desire to walk away from this situation, but you're just not certain how to do it. Now, interestingly enough, even though this woman here is blindfolded and bound, if we look closer, we see that the bindings are super loose. So she could just kind of wiggle her way out of this situation, remove her blindfold, and be able to move forward, be able to choose her path forward, that is. So it's really showing you that you can lead the way. You just need to look around here and figure out what the best departure would be for you. Now, we're going to go into a deeper reading on this matter. Check this out and see how you're appearing in this situation. All right. How is Libra showing up in this situation? You're showing up as the Emperor. You are a natural leader. And it looks like that's why you're wanting to walk away from the decision instead of defend yourself, is because you know that you're on a solid foundation. You're not going to give in to what's being said about you, and you're not going to stick around for this. You've, again, built this solid enough foundation. You've got mountains in the background here, which are a sign of rigidity. You've got battle armor on, which shows that you're ready for a battle. However, sitting here as the Emperor, you just choose not to engage. You say, nope, I don't have to do this. I am the Emperor in my life, and I don't need this kind of drama and negativity. I'm out of here. So what we need to find out today is how you should proceed and what the cards have to tell you and what Spirit wants to communicate to you. All right, so we're going to do a Celtic cross spread here. And that's going to let us dive into your recent past, your subconscious, your conscious, how you see yourself, some hopes and fears. We're going to look at this from all angles here. Do remember this is a general reading. So if it's not resonating with you, please do leave it behind. But I would ask that you share this with somebody else who you think can benefit from this message. Now, I'd also invite you to go ahead and stick around in any case, because sometimes a message will come out later that is meant for you to hear. Now, if you are going to stick around with us, please do me a favor and just tap that subscribe button. Do remember that doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps support the channel. It's going to ensure I can bring you these readings week after week. All right, so let's see what the real challenge is here in moving forward. You've got the Magician here as your obstacle card. And in the Magician card, you see that he's raising this wand. It's the symbol of infinity here over his head. There's this lush garden in the foreground here, but on the table, he's got a sword, a wand, a cup, and a pentacle. All right, all the signs of tarot here, or all the suits rather of tarot. So it seems that up until this point, you've constantly had the ingredients or held the ingredients to make something out of nothing. All right, you might have been the person that everybody went to try to be the one to fix it all. but you got to a point where you said, I don't want to keep doing this anymore. I'm not in this position where I'm going to be able to take care of you guys all and support you all forever. I don't always want to be the leader, even though you are by default. Now, it seems that in times past, you were always able to, again, make something out of nothing. This beautiful garden here happened with the kind of the swipe of your wand, but this time you're finding it a challenge to, again, figure out how to proceed here. It's like you've got all the ingredients being shown on the table here and being shown by this person that's loosely bound, but you're just not sure how to bring all those together. So let's take a look at your subconscious. Now, in your subconscious conscience, you've got the 10 of Pentacles. I love this card. This card is the sign of abundance. Again, we see an arch here. So in this archway, that would indicate a very solid foundation. So I love that solid foundations are coming out. This also represents a sign of wealth, legacy, family here, because you've got even this little kid kind of hiding down here. You've got the dogs at your feet. I mean, everybody is looking to you for wisdom in this matter. I gather because this is subconscious, deep down inside, this is what you want to build. You don't want to be back here battling and constantly having to defend yourself. You're looking for maybe a road or an opportunity that's a little less challenging. Not that you're afraid of a challenge, but you know that you're just kind of like, look, I want to maybe take it a little bit easier here for a while. I don't want to have to keep being the magician who's constantly making something out of nothing. But in what I'm doing, I want to spend more time with my family, and I want to spend more time building that kind of legacy type foundation for myself. So that's really interesting in there, that's kind of going on behind the scenes. Let's look at your recent past here. You've got the Ace of Cups, which is a great card. I really like this one. It's the start of new emotional beginnings here. Now, we just had the full moon recently, and that was a time for us to release or let go of what no longer was serving us. I'm wondering if you did that, and that has led you to this kind of something coming from out of nowhere. This is almost new emotional connections here, being surrounded with like-minded people. So again, I think that's the path that you've decided you want to go down, one that's going to fill your cup with abundant, positive emotions. Again, we're just not sure how to walk away here. We're tied up in being stuck in the old and wanting to move on to the new. Now, I will say everything here is kind of shaping up that while you've been in this position to defend yourself, don't keep getting drugged back there. I'm gathering that that's not the case, but I just also am feeling that I need to give you that as a word of caution, that in case you are tempted to slide back into that, you know, somebody that knows how to push your buttons, don't give in to that. Stay going the high road here because it's serving you well in all of your cards. So just don't get sucked back into that negative energy. All right, let's take a look at your conscious mind. Evidently, I didn't need to tell you what I just said because you're aware of it. So you've got the King of Cups here. And again, turbulent waters all around the King of Cups. But even though these seas are rocky, all right, they're choppy, the ship is getting tossed about back here, this king remains level, right? That indicates a solid emotional foundation. It looks like consciously, again, you're aware of what I just said. You're not going to get pulled back there. You are in charge of your emotions. So great job for you. Let's take a look at your very near future. Okay, so the near future, and again, I think this ties back here to your Seven of Wands, is you might have a feeling that creeps up on you of being out in the cold. These two people with the Five of Pentacles here, they're trudging through the snow. Looks like they may not even be wearing shoes here. They're walking through this blizzard and they're freezing, right? But what they're missing in this picture, if they would just look slightly to the left, is there's this glowing window, a warm place where they could go into and retreat. They could literally save themselves. So this card shows up not as doom and gloom, but as a beacon of hope, saying that as you go into this week, as you're going through this journey, you may find yourself where you feel like you've been left out in the cold. Maybe you've been abandoned. Maybe this new journey is feeling like a journey of isolation to you. But what Spirit is trying to guide you towards here is the answer is going to be very near to you. You just have to look for that answer coming out of unexpected places. It might be contacts. Again, we're looking at like-minded contacts here with the Ace of Cups, like-minded thinkers. It may be somebody or something that you least expected. The answer could be right in front of you. So eyes, ears, and heart wide open this week. All right, let's see how you see yourself. You see yourself with the Five of Swords here. Now, in here you see this figure, and he's kind of smug looking, right? He's picking up these swords that were left behind, and these people are walking away from him. Now, this is one of those cards that's packed with a lot of variations of interpretations. So, I mean, really, with all of them, I like to go with what my instincts are telling me, and this one is telling me a couple of different things. One of them being that you know that you're going to come out ahead in this, I think, even if you don't quite know the path yet. But even though you're going to be victorious in achieving this new path in life, or this new way that you're going to go, you are also aware that everything comes at an expense. So it's almost a hollow victory. You've won the battle, but what did you lose in the process to get there? Okay, now the other interpretation could just be that, look, you're successful in walking away. This might be you back here walking away from these allegations that are being thrown at you. So you have, again, all these accusations. They're trying to assault your character here. And you're more of one of these in the background that says, no, I'm not going to do this battle with you. I'm throwing my swords on the ground. I'm out of here. Again, just like we started with. Nope, I'm leaving. Okay, seems to be the general theme here. Now, real quick, I'd like to stop there for just a second and let you know that I am now offering personal readings. So I've tried to price those at very affordable rates, which means my calendar is filling up quickly. But if you'd like to explore this deeper and on more of a personal level, then I'd be happy to do a personal reading for you. The links are in the description. Check those out. All right. Now we're almost finished here, but we're going to look at next your external influences. So what's influencing this situation? There is hidden knowledge afoot, and I think you've got it or you will have it soon. So this is the High Priestess here. There's these two pillars here, which are signifying, again, a nice approach to balance, dark and light. There's also this veil behind her that something is hidden behind the veil, right? There's also this scroll that she's holding that's kind of tucked in, indicating that there's a lot of wisdom in there. This card is governed by the moon, and the moon is full of illusions and a little bit of the unknown. But with these things coming together on this card, it's screaming at me that sometime here again in the near future, as long as you're willing to look around for it and keep your eyes, ears, and heart open, you are going to come into some hidden knowledge, some hidden truth that was not readily apparent in all of these situations. And this is the card that is going to set you free from your Eight of Swords back here. This is the one, whatever you learn here this week, maybe later in the week, but you're going to learn here that that is the way forward. It's going to pave the way forward. There we go. All right, what's your hopes and fears? Okay, Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords here, you've got this heart. It's pierced with these three swords. It's in the middle of a storm. It's raining. So I think you are worried about leaving this situation with a broken heart. Again, that kind of ties into this hollow victory back here with the Five of Swords. You're a little bit concerned that if you take this path, this route, and you really do cut off everybody or everything that's back here, that's kind of putting you in this uncomfortable position, you're worried there is going to be some emotional loss there. But the card showing up in this position signifies that there may be some emotional damage there. But notice that the heart is not broken. It is pierced, meaning this heart will mend. Okay, so in time, whatever your losses are will pale in comparison to the gains that you have. And again, that's going to come through in this hidden knowledge. So don't be fearful to move forward. Sometimes, sorry, I'm being called to tell you something else here. So sometimes it's important for us to remember that life is all about learning lessons, right? And we're increasing our vibration. We want to move up to that next level. And sometimes we do have to learn some lessons that are hard to learn and they're hard to bear, but you are going to come out triumphant. And again, it may sting for a little bit, but in the long term, from a legacy standpoint, you are going to be happier, and as are those that are closest to you. All right, let's take a look at the outcome. So the outcome is the Knight of Cups, and that's a really good outcome to have. So this knight moves forward, but the horse you can see is just kind of trotting along. I always like to say this horse is strutting, right? There's not taking its time, showing off how gorgeous it is, and your emotional cup is right out firmly in front of you. So there's kind of a romantic idea here going on, whether that's a personal romance, either platonic or could be a love, right? A romantic partner. There we go. That's the term I'm looking for. Or it could just be this new idea with this hidden knowledge, this new way that you're living your life. That's a very kind of, you're romanticizing the idea of living your life that way. You're loving it with this 10 of Pentacles here. So you, I think, are going to end up being the Knight of Cups here in the 10 of Pentacles by just following your heart and trusting this inner wisdom that's about to come to you, that you are going to get what you want here with this long-term legacy and this admiration about you. All right, let's look at your shadow card. And you've got another knight, which is fantastic. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. Again, further backing up that the 10 of Pentacles is on your side. So same thing here. You're curating something. You know, you've got this yellow in the background, which is signifying bright, booming ideas, a beautiful day ahead. You are, and this horse is probably my favorite out of the knights. I just love this black, majestic, like silky fur. So again, a very romanticized idea, steadfast in your approach, really curating something beautiful here. All right, we're going to take a look at your Cosmic Wisdom Oracle card to get a little bit more insight here. Oh, this is the one for you, I believe. Sagittarius energy is showing up here. Your spirit is driven by an insatiable curiosity and adventure, but remember the value of grounding yourself in the present moment. Okay, so slow and steady wins the race, which doesn't surprise me again based on the knights that you're getting here. It's you're going to be moving ahead, but it might be a somewhat slow movement, at least at first. Remember with that insatiable curiosity to keep your eyes, ears, and heart open to those around you. I think that curiosity and adventure may also lead to whatever this hidden knowledge is over here with the High Priestess. So tying it together pretty well, just make sure to ground yourself in the moment. I don't think you're going to have an issue with that because you're already in this King of Cups energy here. So I think you probably already knew most of what was on that Oracle card. And we're going to pull one more. This is your Akashic Records Oracle card. Gosh, I think this is the one that wants to be seen. Your cards are having a hard time shuffling today. All right, trust in yourself. You've got this. You've worked hard to get this far, and you have the ability to create the things you desire. Learning to trust in yourself and your abilities will take you to your highest timeline. So just as I mentioned earlier about how we're all wanting to level up, we all want to increase that vibration, and we're all here to learn lessons. It's also tying perfectly here this High Priestess Trust in your inner self. Trust that wisdom. Trust that knowledge. Trust in your emperor self here too. All right. Well, Libra, I hope that you have a great week, and I'm really excited to see where your journey is going. Again, if you'll make sure to like and subscribe so you can see next week's message, I would greatly appreciate that. Have a great week, Libra.